friends, this is the Miss Volfie from our half acre homestead with an update. Yesterday I was still really sick. I still got some chest congestion, so I'm not using my inhalant medication right now because I don't want to start coughing again. But I'm doing a lot better. Yesterday, when I did my tea break and I went back to bed, when I got up again, I was feeling so much better. And now, okay, hear me, folks. For all of you people who do not suffer chronic pain, you need to understand something. We're in pain all the time, okay? It wears you down. But when you get additional ill health on top of that, that includes pain, it crushes you under. But anyway, long story, okay? Howie and I sleep in separate beds. Big shocker. No, we're not on our way to divorce. Anyway, we've been sleeping in separate beds for a little over a year. Now, do you remember Papa's last polar plunge? Not the one in Key West, but the one in Toronto. Okay. We stayed that night, New Year's Eve, in a nice hotel, and we had booked 2 beds because we thought Nan was coming with us, and she didn't at the last minute. So, well, it's not that she didn't come at the last minute. We couldn't get a hold of her to find out if she was coming or not, right? Because she doesn't like to answer her phone. But anyway, we had we had a beautiful room. For the first time in a long time, we had a really nice hotel room. It was New Year's Eve, and there were 2 of these big, beautiful beds mounted with pillows and duvets. And we took one look at each other and went, which one do you want? I said, well, I got to have that one because my bedside table's on the right side. He's perfect. And we laid in bed, and we watched TV, and it was awesome. And we realized something, that we were sleeping. We slept better. So we thought about it for a long time, probably 6 months before we decided. Yeah, because that was New Year's, and we got the additional bed in, I think, July, August last year. Anyway, long story short, we have been sleeping in separate beds in the same room with just a table separating us, and we're sleeping better. Okay? Because we had gone from, when we were first together, we had a double bed. Oh my God. I paid $299 for it, brand new. It didn't have a box spring. It had a padded board under it, and it creaked. You roll over and it went, ah, ah. But anyway, then later on down the road, we were given a queen size bed, and wow, what a difference that made. Well, then we bought a king size bed. We bought a king size bed because there was a point there we had 4 dogs, and they did sleep with us. So we had to have a king size bed. However, when we discovered this 2 double beds thing, we never thought to go to 2 twin beds, but 2 double beds. Why? Because in case we want to snuggle, right? You need the room. But 2 double beds fits in our room really comfortably. Now, last year when I bought, what we did was, we had at an auction, we bought a bedroom set at an auction, and it had the dresser, 2 dressers. I think I did a video on it because I think I paid $360 for a big long dresser with a trifold mirror, a tall boy dresser, 2 bedside tables, and a double bed with a headboard. And I think I paid $300, 300 something. I can't remember for sure, but I know it was an insanely cheap, well-kept furniture. But it was a double bed. So what we ended up doing was we put it down in the guest room. Now, Nan had a double bed in her room, and there was a double bed in the guest room. But when we bought the new double bed, we took the king size bed and put it in the guest room. And then Nan decided she wanted the double bed from the back room. So we put that in her room and her bed came up. It's a long story. And we started sleeping in 2 separate double beds. Now, this weekend, my back was so bad that I couldn't get comfortable no matter what I did. And I've been sleeping in that bed for almost a year. And I realized something. Even though Howie made me go to the store and lay on the bed to make sure it was going to be the right one, it turns out it's not the right one for me. So this weekend when my, on Saturday night when my back was, like Friday night, I couldn't get comfortable. It was just excruciating pain. I do believe now it was my sciatica. Because it was in my lower back to the left, and it was in my hip. And I'm telling you, there was just no way to get comfortable. So Friday night, I was crying. I couldn't get any relief. And I could have gone to the hospital. However, who wants to sit 6 hours in a waiting room if you can't get comfortable in a heated power lift chair? Not me. So I said to Howie, why don't you sleep out in the coach tonight? And that way it's my pain and stuff is not going to bother you. And it's still bothering me a bit just sitting here, but I'm not going to sit here long. If you haven't noticed, well, I guess you can't notice because you're not here. But I haven't been on my computer all day. I've been at the quilt frame. I've been doing other things and getting up and moving around as much as possible to keep from stiffening up. So Saturday night, long story short, Papa slept in the motor coach. He said, are you sure? He said, you don't need me. I said, no, go. I just need to sleep and I'm going to use your bed. And he went, what? Because after Nan left, I decided that the bed that she had been using and wanted to use mine and ended up using hers, it was big, it was clunky, it was uncomfortable, and it didn't fit properly in my room. And it didn't match my bedroom furniture either, like the one that Nan was borrowing did. So, after Nan left, I said to Howie, there's no sense having a bed in our room that doesn't match and is uncomfortable. Go down and get that other bed and put that one back in the room Nan was using. And he said, okay, so we did that. So Saturday night, I actually slept in that bed. Now, when I bought this bedroom set, the 2 bedside tables, the long dresser with the folding mirror and the tall boy and the bed, they all match. But I had, because it was an auction, I had to buy the pieces all separately. And it still was cheaper. It still was cheap. But my bed with the bedside tables, that bed with the bedside tables, I paid $2 for because nobody would bid on it. Because it was a bed, right? Now, suffice it to say, it got aired out and sprayed and all that stuff long before it ever came into my house. Okay? So Saturday night, now you know the whole story about the double beds and all this stuff. Saturday night, I slept in Papa's bed, the $2 bed. Not my $800 bed, the $2 bed. And I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, I'm still in pain, but something shifted. And I did my tea break. I was still in a lot of pain, but I did my tea break for you guys and said, I'm going to send Briar and Howie shopping without me because there's just no way I'm going to be able to get in and out of the truck. And I went back to bed and I slept for another 4 hours. And when I got up, I was okay. I'm not kidding. I could walk. I could always bend. But the pain is there, but it feels now more like a bruise, an internal bruise than it did a constant, twist and pull of whatever was going on down there. So I think what happens is I think I've been sleeping on too soft of a bed for too long. And when I woke up, Papa had not left yet. Howie hadn't left to go shopping yet. And he came in the house and he said, "What's going on?" And I said, "I'm better." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, the pain's still there, but it's a healing pain. There's a difference. It's a healing pain, not a constant, if I move another muscle, I'm going to shatter pain, right?" So I said, "I'd like to go shopping." He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Costco, they've got electric carts. I'll be fine. With you and Briar lifting everything, how can I go wrong?" Right? So off we went. Well, everybody on Facebook knows the rant I went through because when we finally, I've never been to Costco on a Sunday. I've always gone, during the week. I hate going on Friday, Saturday. But if I do, I try and go early. But this is Sunday afternoon. I figured, right? I have never seen Costco so packed. Everybody must have had the same bloody idea. There were no shopping carts, and there was one electric cart left. And I saw it, and I had been saying, "Please, God, let there be an electric cart," right? I saw it, and I started walking towards it, and another woman saw it, and she started walking towards it, and she took one look where I was headed, and she speed walked. Now, I'm not going to make a judgment on whether or not she needed that cart, but I'm going to say that if she felt the need to race me to it, she wins because I can't do that, right? Briar was not impressed, but he said, "I'll come back and look for another one." I said, "No, once you're in, you have to stay with me because you don't have a card." Okay? So don't worry about it. I went out and I sat down in the entranceway for a little bit to think about what I was going to do because I had no cart. And Howie and Briar both found a cart each, a push cart. And Briar said, "What do you want to do? Do you want to stay here? Or do you want to go back out in the truck with the dogs or what?" And I said, "No, I'm going to walk." And I did. And I'm telling you, you're going to hear the story. So I didn't see that woman again, but I did see another woman who was tootling around Costco on the electric cart, and she probably was 125 pounds soaking wet, and she was about 5'2". Cute little thing. But I saw her, she passed me a couple of times doing the routes. You know how it works at Costco. And they're in the camping section. I lost Howie. And oh no, I didn't lose Howie. I sent him and Briar to go get toilet paper. That's the beauty of having two carts with two men. You can send them to do stuff, right? So I said, "You guys go get the paper towels, the toilet paper, that stuff, and I'm gonna go and make my way to the other end of the store. And that way, if I miss something, they can always go back for it." But I got to the camping equipment. There was camping equipment, and there was a folding padded chair. And I looked at that thing, and I went, "Oh, hell yes." And I sat down. Now, good. I'm telling you, it's a good thing I didn't check the weight restriction because I was about 100 pounds over. But it was comfortable. So comfortable, I picked up one and put it in my cart. Except it was $50, and well, I haven't been grocery shopping proper since before Christmas, folks. And it's been a hell of a winter for me. These are the winters that we stockpile for because I couldn't do much of anything, especially after we got home from Florida. There was just way too much stuff going on, and I was in way too much pain and way too many things happening, right? So I sat down in this chair and I thought, I'll just sit here until I can catch my breath, and I'll find Howie and Briar and we'll get out of here, right? Well, just then, as I'm sitting watching, that cute little 5'2" lady driving around in the cart pulled up to a display. I think it was powdered peanut butter. I'm not sure. But she was short and she couldn't reach it. Now, I watched her get off the cart, walk around it, stand on her tippy toes and reach whatever it was that she was going for. And then she went back for more, standing on her tippy toes and reaching. And I watched her back stretch with such envy. And that's when she turned around and saw me sitting there. Now, I'm probably 2 aisles away, but I'm watching her. And she got back down and she got into her cart, onto the cart going, oh, oh, oh. And I just went, busted. I didn't say it. Well, I did, but she couldn't hear me. I just said busted. And I got up and I put that chair, because it was a friend when I needed one, in my cart, and I went looking for my husband. And I found Howie and I found Briar with a cart. They're like 2 kids, I'm telling you. Anyway, especially with Briar. He's the biggest 25-year-old kid I've ever seen, and I just love his joy in life. I really do. Anyway, I caught up with them, and I'm walking down the aisle, leaning on the cart, because I'm still in a lot of pain, but I'm walking and I'm leaning on the cart. And I said, and Howie said, is there anything else we need? And I said, yes, I got to get the dishwasher tabs were at one end of the aisle and the laundry soap was at the other. And no, I don't make my own laundry soap anymore. I will, like for the Coach and stuff like that, for my, HE washing machine, I have to use store-bought. But anyway, I said the dishwasher tabs are over there and the laundry soap's over there and I need this and blah. And I said, and if I don't get out of here soon, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start biting people. And I heard this laugh and this wonderful voice behind me say, please, ma'am, don't bite me. I haven't had my shot yet. I turned around. Excuse me. I turned around and there was this young man, couldn't have been much older than Briar, strawberry blonde hair, picking up something right behind me. And I looked at him and I said, but you look so tasty. And then I realized it was just, it just one-liner came right out of my mouth. And then I went, oh God, I'm so sorry. And Howie started laughing. And he said, trust me. She's safe. She's safe. She's okay. Right? And the guy started laughing and he said, that's the best compliment I've had all day, that I look tasty. Thank you, kind of thing, right? But it was then I knew that I had to get out of the store, that I was already creating damage on my back, because I hadn't been planning on walking so much. So we made it to the checkout, and of course it's like every checkout's like 6 miles long. And I'm sweating just thinking about it. I'm leaning on the cart and Briar goes, Mom, are you okay? And I said, just give me a second. I thought I was going to faint, right? Just from standing. And it wasn't the pain. It was like I was losing oxygen or something. But anyway, Briar kind of leaned real casually on the cart and slipped his arm around me. I said, it's okay, son. Don't lean on me. He said, Mom, I'm not leaning on you. I'm holding you up. And I said, well, I can feel the weight. That's how precarious I was. Just touching me, I might have put me over. But anyway, that was my trip to Costco. And that, folks, is a long, long story about why we stock up when we can. Because sometimes crap hits the fan, and it doesn't necessarily mean the world's coming to an end. It could be illness or a car breakdown or anything. You could get snowed in. God knows we had enough of that this year. But that's one of the reasons why we stock up when things are in plenty in the summertime. So I'm really grateful that I've been doing it for a while, because I'm telling you, I spent $425. I mean, I'm looking at Howie going, I don't have enough. He said, use the bank card. Oh, right, okay, right? And then I had to rush home and put money in the bank to make sure it was going to be okay. But I'll tell you something. In lean times, you don't always have $425. But I haven't had a proper grocery shopping since before Christmas. So I did the equivalent of like 4 months groceries in one fell swoop. And I still didn't get everything. But that's okay. Spring has sprung. I know. I was like so close to death yesterday, or I felt so close to death yesterday, and it is such a glorious relief. Thank you, God, that I'm functional today. It gets really scary when the basic things of life are difficult to do. Really scary. Anyway, that's my Costco story. And anyway, I want to talk to you about Parcels. I got a bag of Canadian money in the mail today. Pam, I'm going to read you the letter. Hi, Bev. We gathered all of our Canadian coins and are donating them to you towards your, oh God, Florida vacation. I shouldn't have done that. I was happy your route might include Kentucky. You guys can always park in our driveway. Thank you, Pam. We probably won't hit Kentucky this year. I don't think so. But Howie is already planning a vacation for next summer. So keep that driveway clear. You never know. I'm including our address and our number just in case. Thank you, Pam. And I will put it on the cork board because I will keep that handy. Trust me. I showed up at John's. I might show up at your place. You might never know. We may get more coins to help fill the gas can. Now, I got to tell you, folks, I'm going to show you because a lot of people don't know what Canadian money looks like. And although I don't have any paper money to show you, which is plastic these days, and I don't think I have a tuning here. Okay, this here is what we call a loonie because it has a loon on the front. That's a $1 coin. Let me see if I can find a toonie for you. Oh, ha! Look at that, one popped out. This is a $2 coin, and it's called a toonie. Not because there's any, it's got polar bears on it, but it's called a toonie. All the rest of our change is pretty much the same, except we don't do pennies anymore. But I keep a jar because one day I may be able to find myself a penny gumball machine. And if I do, I want to have a supply of pennies for that. So, Pam, after I take the pennies out, I'm going to dump this in the gas can. And you probably got us a mile down the road or two. Thank you so very much. You know what, folks? You guys are so good to us. All right, now, I'm just going to take this baggie. I'm going to let you guys watch me. Oh, no, I didn't get all the pennies out. But it doesn't matter. I'll take them out later. I'm going to take this baggie, and I'm going to do this. Oh, no, that's not going to work, is it? All right. And there it is. Woo! I dropped a couple. Here we go. And there it is. Oh, I'm going to say this gas can weighs, now it's about 5 pounds. Oh my goodness. But when you have $1 and $2 coins, that's a good thing. All right, there it is. Thank you, Pam, so very much. Now, I received this from Scott Porter. Now, Scott's been sending me some beautiful handmade, oh, there's my scissors, handmade Christmas ornaments. Old style, you know, when people didn't have much and they made their own. And I'm really appreciative because this year we're going to be in Florida for Christmas. And my little homestead Christmas tree, my little artificial one, that seems to be the right size for my motor coach. At least on the dash. So once we're parked, we'll be there. Okay, now I'll make sure that there isn't a letter inside this envelope. Folks, if you are mailing parcels and you put an envelope for your label, please don't put a letter inside of it. Too often it gets taken off and thrown away thinking it's a label or thinking it's just a label. Okay? Scott, please, no more. This is more than enough that my little tree can handle, but it doesn't mean I am not extremely touched. I am very touched, and I really want to. All right, let's see if we can't get this open. I am not the best with packaging anymore, folks. And Scott wraps like Nan used to. When Briar was little, when he was little, okay, Christmas would come and he'd say, "Here, Mom," Nan, like he'd try and open 2 or 3 presents that Leona would wrap, but he just started handing them. "Here, Mom, Nan," because she taped every single seam, and the kid couldn't get his fingernails under there. Styrofoam peanuts. What else have we got? Okay, he's always really, really wonderfully careful with his packaging. Let me just make sure. Ah, yes, there is. All right. I want to just empty the bottle. Oh, my goodness. Aren't they beautiful? Scott, thank you. Do you remember when I was making the tinsel pipe cleaner ornaments? Look at these. Oh, these are so beautiful. And I still have the 2 tins that, oh, look. Isn't that nice? Look. Isn't that beautiful? 2 sets of them. Scott, thank you so much. Folks, you really got to stop spoiling us. But I'll tell you something. You can look forward to these ornaments and all our other homestead ornaments when we put up our tree in our motor coach in Florida this year. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying thank you, folks. You know, sometimes I used to feel really isolated. And then God gave me you. You people have to know that you are a gift and that you fill my life with such joy. And so many times I've wanted to give up and you wouldn't let me. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying, here's looking at you. I love you guys. Oh, by the way, t-shirts. Holy crap. Still 2 weeks to go, but man, oh man, we hit the goal set, and Bonfire asked me to reset the goal, and I did. I set it to 250 because if I sell another 50, I don't want to have to reset the goal again. All right, thank you so much. And whatever is, well, it's all getting used on the homestead, so the change is the gas can. I love you guys so much. Thank you.